Hello friends, welcome back. Today I'm using up zucchini from my garden. I have a ton of it. So I'm not going to make a really long video, so I'm just going to show you 4 ways to use zucchini, 2 sweet and 2 savory. The first thing I'm going to do is grate a bunch of zucchini and put it aside because I'm going to use it all today. So the first thing we're going to make is chocolate chip zucchini brownies. These are really good. You taste no hint of zucchini in them. So the first thing you're going to do is add half a cup of oil, and then you're going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and going to mix that up real good. And then I'm going to add in, and this is going to be kind of dry at first. So yeah, you're just going to mix that up real good. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda and a half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. And I'm going to mix that together. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of shredded zucchini. And I'm going to mix that up real good. That zucchini really makes these really moist brownies. They're ooey gooey brownies, and that's what you want when you think of a brownie. So if you want a little bit more of a cake type brownie, then just add 1 cup of zucchini. So I'm going to add 1 cup of chocolate chips, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of flour and mix that all together. And it's going to be a normal brownie type batter, and I'm just going to put it in a greased pan and bake it in the oven at 350 oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, moving on to the next recipe, and this is just my zucchini bread recipe. And I figure everyone's gonna show you how to make chocolate chip zucchini bread, so I'm gonna make one that's a little bit different. I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of oil, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of shredded zucchini, 1 egg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of shredded lemon peel. You could add a little bit more if you want that flavor. It just really brightens everything up and makes it so light tasting. So I'm also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 1/2 cups of flour. And you could add walnuts to this if you want, and if you do, I would suggest about a 1/2 cup. I'm also going to add a medium-sized peeled carrot, and I'm just going to grate it in there, and it would probably equal out to about 1/3 cup. And I just want it shredded into my batter. Mix everything up really well, and I'm going to put it in a loaf pan, like a bread loaf pan, and I've lined it with parchment paper so it's going to be easy to get out. And I'm going to bake it in the oven, a 350 oven, again, for about 45 minutes to a full hour. It just depends on where you're at. So my brownies have came out of the oven. They are so good with ice cream on them. So our next recipe is going to be a zucchini stuffing. This is a southern favorite. I used about 3 to 4 cups of shredded zucchini. There's no real recipe, so I'm just kind of breaking it down for you. I used about a 1/2 of a white onion chopped, 1 egg, salt and pepper, and maybe like a little bit of garlic. You can add whatever seasonings you like to this. I did put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to mix this together in the pan, and I'm going to let it cook down. And basically what I'm doing is I'm letting the zucchini have a chance to release its liquid. So you can see when it looks like this, when it's cooked down this much, then I'm going to add about 1/2 pack to 3/4 pack of saltine crackers. So do pay attention that you're adding saltine crackers to this, and I'm just going to crush them up in it. So that really dictates how much salt I want to add to it. So you don't have to add a lot of salt because obviously the crackers have salt in them. So I'm just going to crush those up in there and then mix it up. And I'm just going to let it basically heat through and give it a chance to soak up that liquid. And this is so good with any like fried chicken, and fried catfish, basically anything that you would use a stuffing for. This is just a really good Southern stuffing. So I just have always known this one. There's no real recipe, like I said. It's just kind of one of those things that's handed down through generations. So yeah, it's just a really good recipe. And it's really good on mashed potatoes too, just by itself. Okay, so our last recipe is going to be zucchini fritters, and they're very savory. These are so, so good. I remember eating these cold, even leftovers out of the fridge as a kid. I still do that. So I really debated what to show you guys for the last recipe. I have so many different zucchini recipes, but this one's a good one. So I used 4 cups of shredded zucchini and 2 large eggs and about a 1/3 cup of green onions or chives. I use chives here. And about 1 to 1.5 cups of flour and whatever seasonings you want. I used Johnny's seasoning salt, and I used pepper and garlic, and I used quite a bit of garlic. So yeah, you just mix everything up and kind of treat it like a pancake batter. So you just heat up your oil. I'm using bacon grease, of course. I always do. And you just let them heat through and flip them over like a pancake. And I like to eat these with sour cream on top. And I always sprinkle a little bit of chives or green onions on top. And it's so, so, so good. I could live on this stuff. So anyway, these are the recipes that I've shared with you today. I hope you like them. I do have a ton more of zucchini recipes, so many different things I could have shown you, but I didn't want to make the video too long. So hope you liked these. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you're having a great day. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.